But yeah, I think it's a lot of luck. Because, you know, a lot of people, because I'm not fat and so on, a lot of people just always say, oh man, you must be in fantastic shape. Working all the time. I said, no, I'm not in great shape and I don't work out all the time. That's just my body. I'm just lucky um, that I can still get by and do things and ride my bike, but I don't work at it. So, whereas some people, you know, I think they age much faster, and I'm not sure they did anything wrong. That's just the way their DNA manifests itself. At least that's my thinking, but I could be wrong. Maybe there's things I'm doing right that I'm just not aware of, but I don't know what they are. I mean, I love to drink. I mean, I love my booze. I'm a, you know, I'm borderline piss tank. No, not that bad, but you know, I don't get fully that drunk. But I drink every day. Every day. I don't think I miss a day having a couple of drinks, you know. And I enjoy being inactive just as much as being active. So, not the recipe you want to hear for proper aging, right? You're supposed to go out there and pump an iron and yeah, just give me another bourbon, I'm fine.
Have you ever been educated about the effects of physical activity in terms of aging and how they can?
Oh yeah, and I don't doubt it. I mean, and I do know, no question. This is what I always kick myself. When I've gone back out and put myself in a little exercise program for a while, I always feel better. You know, so I do believe that it's really interesting that exerting energy, spending energy, gives you more energy. So there's no question that it's good for you. But to me, to me what it's all about is making you feel better for the moment, for, you know, as opposed to exercising so I'm going to live longer. Because you never know about that. You get hit by a truck, you know. We were talking earlier that all of a sudden you can get cancer, you can have a heart attack. There's some very, very fit people that died fit, just because of nothing that they did wrong. So, yeah, I mean, I'm certainly, I guess I'm like one of those preachers or doctors who do what I say but not what I do. Because I don't follow my advice and the advice that is out there. So I believe in it, and I think there's ample proof out there that exercise is great for you. And one thing I do believe in, though, that I think I will always do, I'll always walk. You know, and so when I go away anywhere, if I go to a foreign country or whatever, I go for walks. I want to go and find out about the turf and meet people and get out there. I don't want to. I'll never go and stay in an all-inclusive hotel. I'm going. I'm going out there and mixing up with people. So, and I do know that walking is tremendous for you, and I like to walk. So I'll always do that.
And finally, do you have any fears about your physical self in the future? And if so, where do you think these fears stem from?
Well, yeah, I do, and I think they stem from the fact that as you start, those numbers start to go up, you realize that you are on the slippery slope. You're on the other side of the mountain, and so when you're young, when I was young, I very much a risk taker. Some people that know me probably say I'm still a risk taker. Um, but I never thought about being vulnerable that you do now. So yeah, I'm the kind of guy, if I'll get some congestion here, and I'll think, oh, what the hell happened? And matter of fact, I've only had one operation in my life, luckily enough, and that was on my appendix when I was about 7. But I'm going to have my gallbladder taken out at the end of this month. I got taken to the hospital. I got serious chest pains last year around this time. I didn't want to disturb my wife, so I was thinking I'll just walk to the hospital. I wasn't too far from St. Joe's, but they didn't have an emergency. I finally woke her up. But all of a sudden, by that time, my heart rate was down to like 30 beats a minute, and I was sweating. So on. I went on my I'm a dumb guy with a smartphone, but I went on my smartphone and looked up the symptoms for a heart attack. Oh my God! So, and they took me in an emergency, did all kinds of tests and so on. And it happened to me one other time after that, a few months later. Anyway, they found out, they can't find anything wrong with my heart, but I got this gallbladder issue that's contracted, and maybe it simulates some things. But then you just start thinking, man, you're feeling this, if you're exerting yourself or something like that, you start thinking, wow, I never felt this 10 years ago. So little things like that, you think, yeah, what's going on? So yeah, I feel more vulnerable now than I used to.
Well, I think
Yeah,
that's
I
it.
think that's good.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.